Frank, you will answer the next question first, and I have a little bit of an introduction, and then I will ask the question, okay? So here's the introduction for everyone, and I will state up front, I asked this question 2 years ago. So this is, a lot of what we ask is, and nothing has changed. So this one is, in 2012, the State Integrity Investigation, a project of the Center for Public Integrity, Global Integrity, and Public Radio International, released its state-by-state report card based on analysis of each state's laws and practices that deter corruption and promote accountability and openness. Pennsylvania ranked 20th overall with a grade of C-. Now, you might think that that's not too bad, C-, but the Commonwealth received Fs in four categories. So judicial accountability, political financing, state budget processes, and redistricting. So throughout tonight, we're going to address some of those items. The first one that I want to ask about is judicial accountability. So we received an F with particularly low scores for regulations governing conflicts of interest and disclosure of assets of state-level judges. What actions can and should the state legislature take to address this? Frank, the question goes to you.
I would have to say, well, first and foremost is that the first thing that I've learned since I've been in the legislature is we can't be an expert on everything. And so I'll usually, we need to refer to our members that are on those committees, but the number one thing I would say is transparency. I mean, we need transparency. And a lot of that comes from the election process. And we have to make sure that we are electing the right people in office. Transparency and, like I said, the voting. So we have to make voting easier and electing the right people in office.
Okay, thank you. Kevin, the question goes to you.
Thanks, Andrea. We need to immediately take money out of judicial races. We have candidates running for office who want to preside over attorneys who give them money. And right there is the conflict. If somebody gives you $25,000 and your case is being heard in front of them, there's a problem. We need to change the way they run for office, not once every 10 years and then just pass through a retention. They need to run every 4 years. They need to run against other competition. Nobody needs to be more accountable than our judges. Look what took place in this region. We're famous, or I should say infamous. It's tragic. Nothing more important in the world than our children. I was an inner city teacher. I taught court-adjudicated children who had nothing. Their last place for hope was the judicial system. And in Lackawanna County and Luzerne County, it failed us miserably. We need to change the way we do things. We need to stand up. We need to tell people what's going on. We can't be afraid because somebody might have a little bit more power than you. You got to stand up and have political courage right now. That's what I've done for 18 months. I'm not saying I'm not afraid. I'm not saying I don't wake up in the middle of the night wondering sometimes, well, I bit off more than I can chew. But it's who I am, because I know I've been given resources in life. Lots of people are vulnerable and they're afraid, and they're not going to be on my watch.